General Jack Keane back with us. General, always good to see you. The Benjamin Netanyahu comments that Israel will stand alone in this war if we have to. What did you make of that?
Well, certainly. I mean, he's very frustrated. They're actually infuriated, my sources are telling me, by Biden's decision. And that's just a little pushback, certainly, to the administration. They know full well the United States is going to continue to support them. But this decision, it shocked me, even though there were hints at it, Neil. And the reason is, you know, both houses of Congress reflected the will of the American people, which is overwhelmingly support Israel and provide the means for them to succeed, weapons and ammunition. And both houses supported that. And with no restrictions. There was plenty of opportunity for amendments to be registered and for them to impose restrictions, but no restrictions. And here comes the White House on the heels of that congressional decision to impose these restrictions. And when you look at the 2,000-pound bomb under a microscope, you know, Neil, I think there's a bit of pettiness involved in this. I mean, they were trying to get Israel to change their tactics in the Rafah operation. They don't want them to conduct a clearing operation similar to what they did in Gaza City and Han Yunis. And they wanted them to focus just targeted attacks, quote unquote, just focus on the leaders. But anybody that understands the tactical situation in Israel knows full well that they will not succeed. And I would suggest we were doing that for 3 years in Iraq, 2003 to 2006, and we were losing the war while we were succeeding at killing leaders by our special operation forces. But because we were not destroying the entire infrastructure, we were losing the war. Israel knows that. They have got to take Hamas's infrastructure down. And the 2,000-pound bombs, well, certainly we should not be using that around civilians, and that's the concern of the administration. There's plenty of opportunity to use them still. Look at what's happening here. Hamas in northern Gaza, Israel is conducting its third clearing operation in an attempt to defeat Hamas in northern Gaza. 17 attacks against Israel in the last week. There's no people there. There's plenty of opportunity to use those 2,000-pound bombs to destroy the tunnels. We are going to have the same situation in Rafah. It's going to be a huge struggle to defeat Hamas inside of Rafah after they clear the people out. And by the way, Neil, so our audience understands, as we speak right now, Israel is sending messages to the population in central Rafah to evacuate to the 2 designated zones that they have set aside. So there's no doubt that this operation is going to proceed. And the Biden administration knew that, but I think they just wanted to punish them to kind of get their attention. And it seemed petty to me, because I agree with the congressman that you've had on here. Whose hand is this strengthening? It's certainly not helping Israel. It's strengthening Sinwar's hand, Hamas's leader. He's going to be even tougher in these negotiations and steadfast as he has been since November of last year.
Well, he's already indicated that. To your point, you know, General, as well, and on this point about Rafah now, where we have 150,000 who are fleeing this area, and an indication that an outright and all-expansive attack is on, regardless of what the president's done on this weaponry. I did want to follow up on that decision on the part of the Biden folks to do something like this. I know they say it's not unprecedented. General Eisenhower did that. Barack Obama did that. A couple of presidents in between have done that. But to my memory, General, what stood out to your bigger point about the perceived pettiness of this, it was just done in real time. We found out in those other instances way after the fact. This we almost seem to brag about, and I don't know if that is a good message to send.
No, I totally agree with you, Neil. I mean, you're right on target here. And look, what makes this so different, in stark contrast to those other decisions, since 1948, we have never had this existential challenge to Israel's very existence by Hamas, and Iran has operationalized all of the proxies in a ring of fire around Israel. They are determined to drive the Israelis out of Israel because it's not a secure and safe place to live anymore. That is the objective here. And Eisenhower and Reagan were not dealing with this existential threat. That makes all the difference in the world. And that's why it's so petty and I think shocking that the administration would hold back on munitions that Israel uses for their own purposes here.
General, very good catching up with you. Thank you for that. Thank you for your service to this country. Thank you for being a Fox News contributor. We get a lot out of that relationship. General.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.